The media played no small role in amplifying Julie's resentment. Gossip columns, social media trolls, and reality television commentary turned the family's struggle into entertainment. Julie, who had always prided herself on grace and composure, found the constant public judgment suffocating. She resented the way Todd's legal troubles had become a spectacle, how every misstep was magnified and every vulnerability exploited. There were moments when the cameras were rolling that Julie had to smile for the audience while her heart carried a storm of frustration, disappointment, and hurt. Yet, amid the resentment, Julie experienced moments of profound introspection. She questioned the foundation of her marriage, reflecting on both the love and the challenges she had faced over decades with Todd. She wrestled with the reality that resentment, while uncomfortable, was a natural reaction to prolonged stress and adversity. She realized that acknowledging her feelings didn't make her a bad wife, it made her human. And through this, Julie began to confront a deeper truth. Her identity had always been entwined with Todd's, and for the first time in many years, she needed to rediscover herself as an individual, not just as part of a power couple or a reality TV family. This period also forced Julie to develop new coping mechanisms. She leaned on her faith, her children, and a close circle of friends who understood the unique pressures of life in the public eye. She took control of family businesses, handled legal details, and learned to navigate parenting with a steadier hand, all while processing her emotions. The resentment, while present, became a catalyst for growth. Julie found strength in her ability to manage the family independently, proving to herself, and the world, that she was capable of more than she had ever realized. However, resentment is a complex emotion. Julie's feelings toward Todd were layered. Love, loyalty, and shared history were inseparable from frustration and disappointment. She resented the choices that had led to incarceration, yet she still felt deep empathy for the man who had been her partner through life's ups and downs. The tension between resentment and affection created a delicate emotional balance, one that Julie navigated privately, even as cameras continued to roll. By the time Todd began serving his sentence, Julie had evolved in ways that neither she nor the audience fully anticipated. She had learned the art of patience, the importance of self-care, and the power of resilience. The resentment she felt did not vanish overnight, but it became tempered by perspective. She recognized that Todd's absence had forced her to grow in ways that would ultimately strengthen both her individual identity and the family unit. When Todd eventually returned home, the family was forever changed. Julie's resentment had softened but not disappeared entirely. It lingered as a reminder of the challenges they had faced. But it was now accompanied by a renewed sense of partnership. She had stepped into the crucible of adversity, survived, and emerged stronger. And while the cameras captured the reunion, the real story was not just of a husband returning home, but of a woman who had reclaimed her power, her voice, and her place at the center of her family. In the world of reality television, where drama often overshadows reality, Julie Chrisley's experience during Todd's imprisonment stands out. It is a story of resilience, personal growth, and the complicated nature of love and resentment. Julie's journey reminds us that even within the seemingly perfect veneer of reality TV glamour, there are very real human emotions at play, emotions that demand acknowledgement, understanding, and ultimately respect. Julie Chrisley emerged from Todd's prison sentence not just as a supportive wife, but as a fully realized individual, resilient and unafraid to confront the complexities of marriage, family, and public scrutiny. Her resentment, once a quiet undercurrent, became a tool for self-discovery and empowerment. And in that transformation, the Chrisley family, and perhaps more importantly Julie herself, found a new sense of balance, proving that even the toughest of trials can forge strength, insight, and growth. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Chrisley knows best. Julie Chrisley resented Todd during prison time? What happened? Famed to federal charges, Todd and Julie Chrisley's lives have been anything but private. In 2019, their carefully polished image took a dramatic turn when the couple faced indictment on multiple financial crimes. By 2022, the verdict was clear. Both were found guilty of bank fraud, tax evasion, and other offenses. They received lengthy sentences, Todd 12 years, Julie 7. The pair reported to prison in 2023, sparking countless rumors about their marriage, their money, and how they would survive time apart. Then, in a stunning twist earlier this year, both walked free after receiving a presidential pardon. Since their release, the couple has made the rounds to set the record straight on what really happened behind bars. When Julie sat down with Tamron Hall, she addressed one of the most lingering questions. Did she secretly blame her husband for everything that went down? Chrisley knows best. Todd teases family's reality TV future. Todd and Julie Chrisley opened up about life after prison during their appearance on the Tamron Hall show on September 18th. When asked if he was still wealthy after paying $3 million in legal fees, Todd laughed off rumors that he and Julie left prison with just $36. He also dismissed claims that their Lifetime docuseries was a money grab. He clarified that they filmed only 2 episodes to bring closure to their story. Julie agreed, calling it the family's true comeback. Todd hinted that their reality TV days may not be over, though he's unsure how long he'll continue. He teased a possible second season, saying he'll stay in front of cameras as long as he has the energy to keep going. Chrisley knows best. Julie clears the air on resentment rumors. During the Tamron Hall interview, Julie spoke candidly about her prison experience and her marriage. When asked if she felt bitter toward Todd, she firmly shut down the idea. Julie further explained that she knew the full story of their case and never saw her husband as the cause of her sentence. She told Hall, "I don't blame him for it because I know the whole story. I was there." Todd, however, admitted to carrying guilt. He explained that as a husband, he always felt the responsibility of being a provider and protector. He felt like he failed. Sitting in prison left him questioning what he could have done differently to shield his wife and children from the fallout. While Julie didn't place blame, Todd confessed that those doubts haunted him. The family went through a lot in the last few years. The Chrisleys also acknowledged the heavy costs of their legal battles. They revealed spending $3 million on attorneys during the proceedings. Despite ongoing speculation about financial troubles, Todd dismissed rumors of being broke and insisted they remain stable. Even with prison sentences, public scrutiny, and endless rumors, the couple presents a united front. Julie's refusal to harbor resentment and Todd's honesty about his guilt show a marriage that has endured extreme challenges. Now, as they navigate their post-prison lives, they appear determined to face whatever comes their way. The couple is starting a new life, now that they are finally free. For the latest reality TV tea, stay tuned to TV season and spoilers. For years, the Chrisley family has been a staple of reality television, captivating audiences with their lavish lifestyle, sharp wit, and the ever-dramatic dynamics between family members. Todd Chrisley, the patriarch, has always been seen as a commanding figure, leading his family with a mix of tough love and unapologetic charm. But behind the glitz, the crystal chandeliers, and the perfectly curated Instagram posts, tension simmered, especially when Todd faced prison time. During this tumultuous period, Julie Chrisley, his wife, found herself wrestling with resentment, a feeling she never imagined would grow so large, yet one that seemed inevitable under the strain of incarceration. When the news of Todd's sentencing broke, the Chrisley household was thrown into a state of upheaval. Todd, who had been the central figure in both the family and the show, suddenly became a figure of absence. Julie, often portrayed as the supportive, loving wife, was suddenly left navigating a reality that was far less glamorous than any television script could capture. The world saw her as the steadfast matriarch, managing the home, finances, and children while maintaining the public image of a perfect, undaunted family. But inside, the cracks were forming. Resentment, as Julie would later describe in candid interviews, wasn't immediate. It crept in quietly, almost imperceptibly. At first, it was the logistical strain, managing the children, maintaining their social schedules, and keeping the family's public image intact without Todd's guidance. Every decision, from grocery shopping to school pickups, carried the weight of responsibility. Julie often found herself replaying memories of Todd's controlling tendencies, questioning whether the very habits that had once provided stability were now the source of her current struggles. But beyond the practical challenges, the emotional toll was heavier. Todd's absence was a constant reminder of everything they had built together, and what could be lost. Julie resented the situation, not Todd himself, at first. She resented the legal battles, the media scrutiny, and the way the world dissected every detail of their lives. She resented waking up each day to a quiet house, the echoes of laughter and conversation muted by the physical absence of her partner. For someone who thrived on family cohesion, Todd's imprisonment created a void that no amount of social media or business ventures could fill. The resentment deepened during family moments, particularly when dealing with the children. Savannah, Chase, and Grayson, like all children, were struggling with their father's absence in ways that often triggered Julie's own frustrations. Moments that once brought joy, such as family dinners or school events, were now laced with tension and guilt. Julie found herself caught between supporting her children emotionally and suppressing her own feelings of frustration. She felt isolated, carrying the emotional weight of the household largely alone, even as cameras captured the day-to-day life for the reality show. Julie's resentment also stemmed from a clash of roles. Todd had always been the dominant force in decision-making. While he was present, Julie often deferred to him, trusting his judgment in both business and personal matters. With Todd behind bars, Julie was forced to step fully into the role of authority, an empowering position, yes, but also a draining one. Every choice felt magnified, every mistake more consequential. She began to realize that while Todd's leadership had often been firm, it had also shielded her from many difficult decisions. Now, she was navigating a complex world with the added pressure of public scrutiny, and the weight of responsibility was heavy.